from the Stolova at Blue Bay in Irkutsk.
If you want to get take the spoon. So the name is Tracy. Yes. Nice. And there is a vote. I don't know really.
You want some sugar, Greg? Oh, rain. Rain again. Here comes the rain. What is that?
Oh, this is food.
We just got that fruit.
In the waterproof, in the plastic bag, so.
What you did was very nice last night. And the sauna. My Finnish
Last
friends,
night is the
my
best
Finnish
night.
friend losing and do that a lot of me on me,
Yeah.
but for half an hour, it's so relaxing.
Yeah.
But I'm very tired. And after that, I fly on 18th
In the morning.
from 10:30 to 12 in Paris because I'm in Paris at 12, so I still can unpack my stuff.
No, you'll fly from in 10 and you'll be in Paris in 12. In 10.
In
In
half
10.
past 10 no, it's 1 hour 40 minutes difference.
Yeah.
I mean, not difference, but
Flight.
yeah.
But the difference is 2 hours, so 3 hours, so don't worry. You will at the same time in Paris.
You're right.
You will be at 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's nice. That's very nice. Just to have time to fix up all the things.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, Sasha, don't wave at the camera again.
Hiya!
Hi.
Japanese.
What's the date?
The 5th.
Today, day.
The 5th, I don't know.
Thursday the 5th.
Wednesday. No, Wednesday.
Thursday the 5th.
Thursday, sorry. You're right.
And look at this.
Fresh fruit.
Fruity.
I can't believe it. We've gone mad. Fresh pears and fresh apples.
But only 1,500 rubles per kilo, so we went bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah,
She kills me.
it's catching Greg's kilo.
Another one. So.
Wow.
I don't want to eat them. I'm just
Oh,
gonna.
look at them.
No, you don't need to. Just smell it. Just smell it.
Oh, I like to slice
And
it.
you don't want to eat.
I
Just.
don't know.
No,
I can eat that. You can leave that there, and I wouldn't touch it. I've willpower.
I don't.
I know.
Wow, I mean, they're actually fresh. Okay.
Amazing. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna have
It's
apple
like
and cheese.
like an ice cream.
Apple and
It's
cheese.
like melt in your mouth.
That is the best way
Just-
to cut the top off your finger.
Yeah, well, I like eating that too.
Mmm.
Right. Nice and green.
Mmm. Now,
Can't
here's
believe
that
it.
perfect.
I hope you like green apples.
Are they a bit tart?
I like them like this.
Dot. That's nice.
Just do I make them by Granny Smith's green.
So,
So anyway, it's a
Mm.
filthy day outside. We're leaving
Oh.
Irkutsk tomorrow,
yeah.
So
and it's chucking with rain,
I was chucking all last night.
and it's going to be chucking
Most
with
of
rain
yesterday.
tomorrow.
So we're celebrating.
Yeah.
The rain.
Delicious.
Cucumbers at 600 rubles a kilogram. I'll say with a mouthful.
Brilliant.
Jam was only 450 rubles.
And the Remy and Patrick, the French guys,
Leave it today.
have gone off for a 3-day trip, 3 or 4 days,
It might be 4 or 5 of this kind of
4 or 5. They've gone up the coast of the lake, up to Althon Island, which is where we wanted to go a few days ago. But they're driving, and it's raining really hard.
It's on Surface Road.
So I don't know how they're going to cope on the road. It'll be bad. But that's it. So we said goodbye to them this morning after we've been with them about a week and a half, 10 days.
When we
Maybe.
first met them at Toulon, that was
Yeah.
a good 10 days ago.
Yeah. But it's been brilliant fun.
No, it's very bad. Nobody wants it.
Is that all?
Only me.
Oh, you have that. That's
Yeah,
all.
thank you guys.
I won't any of that.
Yeah, and they don't want even all the fruits and all the cucumbers. They said it's very bad. So.
I've lived.
Too healthy, really.
Yeah.
Well, I've lost my taste for them.
You prefer direct for bread, just bread, normal bread. It's the best thing you can buy.
Dry bread's fine
Yeah.
for me these days.
Soon he'll become just Russian guy, normal, you know. Oh, you don't need a cheese on it. So.
No?
No.
The cheese spoils it.
Yeah.
So that the flavour of the bread just goes through.
How do you think? Yes.
The bread's disgusting.
Isn't it, actually?
About 3 days old.
More.
You do have some new bread when you finish that one.
New bread. That's in Berkshire somewhere, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Out on the A4.
New bread.
New bread.
Oh, new bread.
New bread.
What country was that in? Berkshire. Where's Berkshire?
Oh. Have you got any tangy pickle?
Cool.
Do you want a slice of cheese?
No, thank you. Nice. Bye.
Bye.
Wave to the camera.
Bye.
I'm worried about you, Alexi.
Right. Let's try another one. You can see it there.
Sarah?
Red line, yeah.
Sarah, I'll take all the hot chocolate.
That's
Yeah.
I walked in and he was going to sit on my face and tell me you loved it.
He's got a better child life
Yeah,
now.
but I never noticed you actually. You just
It's still there. Finished?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name's Sharon. I'm a hairdresser. I live in Birmingham. I love pink nail varnish. And I hope to marry a rich man and have 3 children.
Are you going to find one here?
Well, here's Lawrence, but he's just given up his job. Retired, yeah.
Retarded?
Retarded and retired. This is the start of my retirement.
Who are you then?
No, I took it.
My name's Tony Johnson. I'm a major in the British Army.
Anything else? Anything else worth mentioning about you?
Well, yes, I'm about to leave the army, and
Why? Why is that?
because I'm totally dissatisfied with the conditions that the soldiers have to face due to the political and economic reforms undergone in the last 2 years.
Oh, I'm not sure I can put that out on British television, I'm afraid.
This is young man.
So what are you doing here? What are you doing here, Tony?
I am the communications officer, and I have got the job because I'm a Royal Signals officer, which
Yeah.
means I work with communications on a professional basis daily.
So where are you off to on your next phase?
On the next phase, I'm going walking in the Siam Mountains for 14 days with 16
Walking?
venturers.
I thought rally was about community and environment, not going for a walk.
No, this is the adventure aspect of the project. We have 3 adventure phases as well as 5 community and scientific phases.
And why have you been teaching Sasha lots of rude words?
Well, I felt that Sasha's education needed broadening, especially if he was going to imbibe in some serious conversation with some of the charming English ladies that we have here.
And do you think they'll sort of accept him with open arms?
I
Or
think if
open arms. We'll leave it arms.
I think the open arms actually is it's got potential. Depends on whether he asks the question about swallowing or not. That camera shake wasn't me moving, sir.
No. Excellent. Well, thank you for that in-depth report on the state of rally today. Cheers, Tony.
Thank you very much, sir.
Bye.
And goodbye from him.
Right, who are you? Who are you?
My name's Liz.
Where are you from?
Born in Manchester.
Yeah.
Manchester United.
Are you having a good time here?
Excellent.
What you?
Eating lots of Mars bars.
Oh yeah.
She's getting fat because she's going on a science. She won't be able to eat.
Are you feeding yourself up for your 14 days trek?
Legit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
So have you done much of this sort of thing before? Overeating, I mean.
Overeating, yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah.
Particularly my chocolate.
What do you think of the weather?
The weather, pretty bad.
Do you think it's going to affect your enjoyment over the next 14 days?
I think it might well do, yes.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact we won't be able to see anything.
Okay.
Well, except for the bears. The bears like wet weather, apparently.
Do it?
Yeah.
You need to speak to
So, and people, young English women who've eaten lots of chocolate and sugar,
It might well, doesn't
yeah, it makes them taste sweeter, so they sort of home in a bit. They can sniff them out and single them out from the pack.
Yeah, can they smell the miles?
Yeah, they can. Yeah. So you better watch out for that.
Fitness assessment.
Yeah. So what's your name?
My name's Steve Bridle.
What do you do here?
I'm a project manager on the Caden project.
And are you running close to budget or?
Yeah. Phase 3 has been more expensive due to the nature of our transport. We're going by ferry and hydrofoil to our location.
That sounds a bit cushy.
Yeah.
I thought rally was all about roughing it.
Yeah, well, we've roughed it long enough. This is the sort of the honeymoon period now.
Yeah.
But it's a very practical way of getting to our destination.
Where are you going?
We're going to a tip of the mainland which connects with Olkhon Island on West Baikal.
What's special about the island? Is it an area of special interest to the Buryak people?
It's heavily laden with tourists at this time of year because it's the warmest part of Baikal. It's an area of outstanding natural beauty, and it also has the Nerpa seal population there.
Oh right, these are the indigenous seals,
Yeah.
freshwater seals. How many? Is that a major centre for them?
Yeah.
It's sort of
I
home
don't
in-
believe that sort of 20 k's each way you'll see the Nerpa seals again. I think they enjoy the warm water there and they stay around that area.
So is this your first rally?
Yes,
You enjoying it?
very much so, yeah. It's a good challenge. I think the challenge is increased due to the nature of the country and its fragile infrastructure. If we didn't have transport problems, I think all our problems would be half. Sound very serious here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Say something stupid, Andy.
TJ?
Yeah, I've already interviewed him, and I think that's a fair comment. Right, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
So why don't you like Tom Stoppard?
I don't have any particular feelings about him either way, actually, if I'm quite frank. But didn't he leave his wife in rather dubious circumstances?
Dr. Miriam.
Yeah, Dr. Miriam, that's it. And, you know, I'm always prepared to stick to the woman's side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Does that reveal
I'm
something
sure this
deep
is a
in
very
your psyche?
good book. Does light come in waves or particles? Does it?
What kind of stuff does he write?
Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays it's waves apparently, and
Really? The other times?
Tuesdays and Thursdays
I think
probably.
he writes quite amusing stuff. You said patronising. I think he's rather an amusing man. But I'm sure I've seen some of him. Let's see what's wrong.
You think you've seen some of him?
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern and Dead Now. That was a good play. And I have seen The Royal Inspector Hound as well. Well, I can't remember that, so it probably wasn't very good. And in fact, I have seen Dogs, Hamlet, Cahoots, Macbeth as well. I'm actually quite well read. I think you'll find. Yeah, I'm sure he's a very nice man, really, though.
He's a nice man.
A very, very
He
nice
is a
man.
nice man, a very nice man. And he swims
Does he?
gently,
Breaststroke.
breaststroke,
Up and down the pool.
which makes him nice in my book.
Doesn't get his hair wet though.
That's always dodgy, isn't it? That's always a sad, sad sign.
Oh, well.
Just very gentle.
What have you had to do with him then, Kate?
What am I to do with him? When I was going to give him a fitness program, he was too shy to come into the gym. He thought he didn't know what to do, and he didn't know. It was all very weak and mild. To give me a program for this, and then he never turned up. I was just scared. I was just going to show him how to do a couple of things to improve his fitness. But he only ever came in once a week, so maybe.
Hopeless.
So he needs to be a bit more regular.
Give him some all brand, that'll sort him out.
A few Russian apples will probably do the job. But, no, he's just pods up and down the floor, he doesn't get his hair wet.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, Friday the 6th of August, and we're actually going to set off today. I think we're pretty mad. It's absolutely pouring down. It has been for about 2, 3, 4, I don't know, 4 days. The shamans have prayed for rain, and they've made a sacrifice apparently to get rain for 10 days. So right, we've still got about another 5 days of this kind of weather. I mean, it could be quite dangerous actually. The water is just everywhere, coming down the roads in sheets, massive puddles. We'll have to go around. I mean, we're wearing plastic bags on our feet just to try and keep some of the water out. There's been mudslides, so it could be quite dangerous. So we've got to take it very easy. It's about nearly 11 o'clock. We've been putting it off for quite a while. We've done all our bikes here. We've greased them all up. Put grease on the chains this time rather than oil, just to keep all the water out, or some of the water out. I don't really want to go. I've had a good rest here. I've had a good 7 days off. We are actually fresh, and I'm really wanting to cycle, but not in this kind of stuff. The people who were going caving from Raleigh actually had to come back again this morning. They left at 6 o'clock. The waves on the lake were too high, too bad for the hydrofoil, so they couldn't go. So they had to come back. So it's pretty windy as well, as wet. So we're tough. We're going to keep to our schedule, keep on our target, and just pissing down. That's all I can say. It's awful.
This is Saturday the 7th of August. It is 8:20 in the morning, and we've stayed the night in a dacha belonging to a couple called Victor and Luba.
Himself in 1 year, or no, in 1 month with his brother together. They sold summer houses for the people. They come here and live during their vacations and holidays. They plant the tree together.
Okay.
Все, можно?
Okay.
Ну так, я здесь, меня зовут Борисенко Виктор Петрович. Здесь у меня как дача. Езжу сюда отдыхать с Иркутска. Ну,
Когда вы построили?
построил 6 лет назад с братом. Брат мне помогал.
И долго строили?
Год, ну так, все уже благоустроили за год. Ну, сейчас
Будете еще достраивать что-нибудь?
да, помаленьку.
Ну, спасибо. That's all.
Okay. This is still Saturday the 7th of August. It's about 12:30 now. We're right at the southern tip of Lake Baikal in the town of Kultuk. We just stopped for lunch. Go. It's Saturday the 7th of August and we've done nearly 88 miles, which is a lot better than yesterday, and the weather's been good. Yesterday was awful. That was our first day out of Irkutsk. We didn't even do 60 miles. I think we did about 58 miles, just about 58 and a bit. And it was horrible. It was rainy, it was windy, it was cold. The hills were very severe. They weren't very, well, they were quite long, but it was very hard work, and obviously our first day's cycle after 7 days rest. So even though we were rested, it was a very bad day to start on, but we had to stick to our timetable really. So we stayed in a dacha last night at Victor's place, but today we're camping in the midst of the forest. There's a river just down the slope down there, which is in full spate, and the ground, we're all right here, but the ground is very, very wet all over the place, and there's loads of water coming down off the mountains which are just up all behind us. Lake Baikal is just a few kilometers over that way. We've come all the way around the southern tip today, and we're now going along the bottom edge of Lake Baikal. We'll be following the coast again tomorrow, and then we turn inland away from the lake down to Ulan-Ude, where we should be in about 2 days. It's a nice campsite here. We've fixed up with some people there's a little collection of dachas down the road there. I went down to get some water. I said, "Oh, have you got any hot water for a wash?" And they said, "Oh, don't bother about that. Just have a banya." So, which is like the wonderful. It's like a sauna, but it's a wet sauna. You just have huge buckets of water and you just splash it all over the place. It's brilliant. So Kate's down there now. I've just eaten. Kate's gone off. She's having her banya, and then Sasha and I are going to go off and have one when she comes back, about half an hour.
Yeah,
which will be great. So we'll actually feel clean when we get into our sleeping bags this evening. Last night was good. We slept in the hay loft, so that was about the most comfortable night we've had for ages. So that's it, and we're about 20 kilometres away from a town called Tahoy, which we'll reach tomorrow morning. And I think we've got to aim to do about 130 kilometres tomorrow. And again the next day, and that'll get us into Ulan-Ude in 2 days, where we'll have a day off again, and then a few days on after that into Chita. So that's it really. So I've got to catch up about 3 or 4 days on my diary now, so I'm going to go and do that. All right?
Okay, bye.
Sunday the 8th of August. This is the Mishicha River.
Один канадец, за человек в мире. Вот. И у него очень много знакомых по всему миру. И вот он когда был в Лондоне...
Вот вы студент или...
Да, студент. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте. Решите?
Я
здесь где?
студент Рязанской Грег Йоман. Он является экологом недалеко от Лондона, в городе Милтон-Кейс. Но эколог это, он в принципе, перед тем как строить...
Оздоровительный лагерь.
This is special.
Раньше он был пионерский лагерь.
Previously, it's a special camp. Previous days it was a pioneer camp.
Сейчас оздоровительный.
Now it's like a sport camp.
Перехода. Он раньше принадлежал.
Before it belonged to the.
Если мы только сказали, промышленным предприятием.
To the enterprise.
А сейчас с января месяца передано
в
муниципальную собственность.
Belong to
Бюджетной организации.
To the town.
Если на то пошло, то он имеет сейчас свои тоже трудности. Почему? Потому что бюджетная сфера, она
But there is some lots of
не
difficulties
имеет,
now,
что, ну, что финансирования такого уже нет.
because of the financial support of this camp.
Транспорта нет, техники,
Transport
нет,
and some equipment.
Ремонт, все такое прочее, это очень трудно проводить.
To repair different
Но сейчас вот у нас вот эта третья смена, она заканчивается.
things. This is the last
В первую смену у нас отдыхало
of the rest of the kids.
где-то около 300 человек.
First month it was 300 kids nearly.
Вторая смена
Second July
420
420
детей. И вот третья смена 200.
Сейчас можно.
Я директор Селенинской спортивной школы.
He is the chief of the Selenin sport school.
С 20 мая меня попросили здесь поработать лето поработать.
Somebody asked him to work here from the 20th of May.
По совмещению. Юрий Федорович, тренер.
Months later, film them. Greg, they're coming. Greg, you'll do it to me. Yeah.
Уборка на теннисном корте, погрузка картошки, работа на
Tennis
свадьбе.
courts.
Так, дружно крикнули этим двум отрядам. Молодцы. 3-4. Плохо. И еще раз.
Good job.
Ну ладно. А теперь Юрий Федорович.
Ой, о нашем спортивно-оздоровительном лагере. Тут, ребята, мы
This
написали,
is-
Катя, подойди сюда.
Some presents from our pioneer camp.
На
From our,
память о пребывании в Республике Бурятия
In the
в
memory
спортивно-оздоровительном лагере «Орленок» на Байкале 8
of the being in
августа
Buratian camp,
1993
the 8th
года.
of August 1993, to Kate Lemin.
Григорий.
Grigory Yeoman.
И Саша.
Greg.
Наши друзья отставили нам вот такую фотографию. Вы
Yes.
можете потом подойти и посмотреть, что тут написано.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 9 августа. Для всех, кто находится в этом пионерском лагере. Спасибо вам огромное за то, что вы разрешили нам остановиться и переночевать здесь, использовать, так сказать, what is it?
Hospitality. Oh, facilities. Facilities like, you know, where we stay.
И использовать, как сказать, то место, где мы остановились, там, они так написали, я ни при чем здесь. Особенно большое спасибо за теплый душ, который нам очень помог, и еду, которую...
Понятно, утро вы еще не завтракали, поэтому так слабо поем, да? А сейчас, ребята, налево, направо, на завтрак с ночевкой.
To the breakfast. Go.
That's all, man. Спасибо огромное. Hey, let's do it. Let's feed your stomach.
Талисман.
Take it back to Australia and England.
Тяжелые не стали дарить?
Yeah,
Тяжелая.
правильно.
А это легонькая и
It's
легко.
very light because they don't want to give us heavy things.
That's a good idea.
So, спасибо, это очень объемно.
Талисман.
It's like, yeah, you know, it's safe you from the lots of disease and so on. Yeah, you know.
I hope it saves me from dying.
Yeah, maybe today.
Пусть он вам принесет хорошую погоду и счастливую, счастливую дорогу и хорошую погоду.
To give to us a good weather and the happy road.
Thank you very much. At least it's not raining right now.
Нам повезло, что у нас сегодня сейчас не идет дождик. It's really nice.
Это же наша здешняя жительница.
It's really nice. Lots of kids imagine here from Mongolia. Mongolian kids. Mongolian people.
A window to the outside world from a Russian pioneer camp. It's Monday the 8th, isn't it, today? Monday the 8th of August. This is the floods along the Selenga River, just not very far from where it flows into Lake Baikal.
Really. Oh. Yeah. If you stop, I want to yeah, but 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Still feel?
Yeah.
I can feel you, okay?
Oh, wait a minute. Go on, cycle along. Bit bumpy.
Yeah. Okay.
Careful. You want to try doing this? My God.
Yeah.
Do it side by side. It's too wobbly. here, but the mountains are over there. Yeah. Do you want to do one of us cycling past?
Lennon's got some new clothes.
It might.
Oh, I've just turned it on.
That's alright. I want to scratch it.
Yeah, me and Kate will be a young couple of Breton people.
Can you shut up? I'm filming.
You shut up.
All I get is your voice. God. Sorry about that, folks. He's only 20. What a hopeless shot.
Yeah.
Started.
Yeah, okay.
Tuesday the 9th. Just remembered. Tuesday 9th of August. Down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Start again.
Tuesday the 10th of August. We're in Ulan-Ude in the central square. This is Vladimir Ilyich, biggest statue that you'll find of him, just his head. The whole of him would have been too big. Not the whole of him, his whole, but all of him would have been too big to make to the same scale, I suppose. So, just his head. Anyway, we're off to Chita tomorrow, setting off. If we get there, all the rivers are flooded, it's really windy. Sasha broke another spoke yesterday. Who knows what will happen, but we will see. Anyway, we're going to the post office now.
Yeah, it sounds better. You know, this is a very important thing.
What's this one for?
This is for Young Communist League. It's after pioneers, but before communists. When you became, here must be a photo. Yeah. Just to remember.
5 banners.
Banners of the Komsomol. It was. This is first during the. Well. It's okay. Yeah. Sorry. Komsomol? Yeah. This was like
Focus on the church.
yeah, the focus on the church.
It takes just slightly out. That's okay, you can't get it all in with it.
Yeah. I think it was not. Right.
Relaxing here in Vladimir's room. That's who we're staying with here, Ulan-Ude, having a day off, so another 6 days or so to go to Chita. Done our washing, it's great. Walked around the town, beautiful town. Massive statue of Lenin's head, just dwarfs us underneath. It's really huge. Haven't really woken up all day today. Went out to lunch, at a restaurant. Sasha's lifted a few weights here. All our stuff was actually quite wet. We'd been cycling through quite a bit of rain over the last few days. Money's all over the floor, trying to dry out all our $5 and $1 notes. It's crazy. That's about all that's really happened. And this room's quite amazing. He's really aspires to especially heavy metal, but he's got all these Western posters, everything from Metallica to Roxette to Suzuki cars to Moscow football team and so on. So it's sort of a real mixture. So you just lie here looking around at this room. Different photos. That's it really. Just a mess.
Oh, get out of this picture.
Which one?
What are you doing, Sasha?
I'm reading a book. Just Airport, Arthur Haley. You know, it was on the table and just take to read few minutes. Good kiddies watching the map. Our road, just relax a little bit. You know, to listen to Tanita Tikaram. Enjoy our time in Ulan-Ude. You know, we are staying now at the home of Volodya, and he is a friend of Denis. They both helped to the context of Royal International here, and he just said that we can stay here in this room, and disappeared for one day. He just been here twice, and he said, is everything okay? Ask us. Said yes. So he said, no problem, we can use everything here. And I don't know where he is now, so that's it.
What did you think of the ride to get here?
The road?
Mm.
The road was really good, but only first day from Irkutsk, you know, to the place where we stayed with Vladimir was really crap, you know, cold weather and rain and big hills, very big hills, and especially the last hill. Do you remember, Kate?
No.
Oh yeah.
I had a bump on that hill.
Yeah, it was the most difficult day, but then it was like, you know, like when you start cycling, you just forget about everything, just cycling, just forget that you're tired and forget you're exhausted, forget about that you want to eat and so on. Just pump the pedals, that's it. Do it. You know.
Oh, what, the bit without any road?
This bit is not actually all that far, but yeah.
Well, no, but
the thing is, it's about.
we're going a bit more slowly.
3 times.
Where's the bit? Is Cheetah on here?
No.
Is that on the wall? See where we're going in the next few days.
Lovely. And there. And I think we're going this way.
Yeah.
Climb tomorrow.
So that's 6 days to Cheetah, which is
Shouldn't be too bad. That's
620 kilometres.
about 650.
650.
Looks after that first day. I don't know, it shouldn't be as contour.
Well, it follows a river, doesn't it? It's all up more or less along the valley. So as long as all the flood water has disappeared, we should be okay.
Yeah, I hope there is no flood.
There's some mouse. What we got?
We've got to follow the Selenga actually.
Bit mouseless tomorrow, and then through a very wet bit.
Could be swimming.
Do you have a boat, Greg?
A boat?
Yeah, do you have a boat?
We've got a boat with us. We've got a few. Well, if we pump up all the spare inner tubes, strap them together, probably be okay. And we've got so many plastic bags. Sure.
Yeah, and your helmets too. Yeah.
Yeah, one under each.
Yeah.
Or we could get the sleeping bags and pump them up and make
Fluff up the sleeping bags.
just float downstream.
Loads of things.
Yeah, so it's not a problem.
It's not a problem. Без базара.
Yeah, ё-моё. Окей. Вы скажите, кто вы, откуда вы? Представьте себе, вот, а он говорит прям все. Он уже будет снимать.
Саша,
да.
Я буду деду говорить, что ли, или кому?
Нет, вы сами говорите, да, ну, нет, вы представьте в камеру, смотрите, вот, в черное окошко и говорите, кто вы. Давайте, говорите.
Ага. Ну, надо, наверное, все-таки хочет он, вроде как в человек благодарности, наверное, больше, чем больше. А потом интересно нам бы посмотреть, бы, правда? Через телевизор можно посмотреть.
Хорошо.
Меня зовут Вера Афанасьевна Семикозова. Мне 71 год. Деду моему 81. Стефан Федорович. У нас 9 человек детей.
Wednesday, August the 11th. This is flooding on the Selenga River at Ulan-Ude.
it up.
Thursday the 12th of August in the town of Siberian, one day out of Ulan-Ude.
Okay.
Right, it's Thursday the 12th of August today. My front pannier rack, the right hand side of it, is completely fallen apart. I had the first accident with it sometime towards the end of July when I was going down a big hill on some unsurfaced road, and it just bounced into the wheel. Really, it's quite flexible, and it bounced into the wheel and ripped out one of the struts and bent round. So I bent it back and wired it up, and then today going down another hill, it was bouncing around a bit. I noticed it was bouncing a bit more than usual, and where it actually screws on to the bottom of the front fork, it's sheared through, it's broken off. So we managed to wire that one up. We found a good stiff bit of wire by the roadside and used it as a splint, running diagonally across the carrier, and wired it up. But this evening, when I stopped at the campsite here and took off the bags, I saw that the other front strut has sheared through. The weld on that has sheared through, so it's completely up the spout. We've got various bits of wire, so I'm trying to patch it up at the moment. But I don't know. I don't know how good a job I'll be able to do. I might be able to get the spare rack sent out from Razan. That would be the best thing. Brand new rack, effectively. If we could get that sent out to us in Chita, where we will be in about 4 days, and we've got about 2 days there. So I don't know if Centerpole will be able to get it out quickly enough. We've obviously got to get in touch with them first and tell them to send it, and then we have to find someone who's available and put it on a plane and everything. So that's an option. It depends. I mean, we've got about 6 days of decent road left, and we've got 3 weeks or so of no road, and then about another 2 weeks or so after that, something like that. I don't know. So I might be able to keep patching it up with new bits of wire, or I might start jettisoning some equipment to make my load lighter so that I don't need to use this bag.
Yeah. So we'll be carrying all Greg's load. Yeah?
So
I think you better get off because we're running out of tape soon.
No, it's all right. Got a few minutes left.
2 minutes left. You've used 3.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. The other thing which broke today, I'm not in a very good mood with my bike today. Bloody thing, is the elastic clip at the back of the rack, back of the bag rather, which clips onto the rack. One of those is broken again, and we haven't got any spares now. So that could be another wire job. I don't know.
Right.
This was the first bit that I fixed, this copper wire here. Then it broke here this morning. That bit that should screw up. That should push up like that and screw in there. And then I wired this splint on here and here. And then this evening I've discovered that this bit has broken. So I've got to try and wire this
to the fork to give it a bit of rigidity that way. And I've got to try and wire that to that to fix that point. And then I've got to wire that up there to make sure that that bit is stiff. So
Not a bad campsite.